Namaste, my dear friends. Time limit to export goods and services. Within which time limit, if you not export the goods, you execute the bond, LUT, letter of undertaking you given. Bond is only required by department when you are a risky person, then they demand the bond. Otherwise, there won't be any bond demand nowadays. They are encouraging the exporters just to execute a letter of undertaking in a letterhead. I am so and so, I am exporting so and so under so and so invoice, under so and so shipping bill. Please permit me to export the goods. That's enough. To department of the GST, I want to export the goods without payment of IGST for that purpose. LUT. If you are going to export by payment of IGST, question of LUT does not arise. Now, time limit to export. With regard to supply of goods are considered, my dear friends, 3 months time period is given from the date of issue of invoice. A taxpayer issue the tax invoice. The invoice, tax investment not required to mention the tax, which is zero rate supply. It denominated in the foreign currency, the export invoice what you are preparing. So within 3 months from the date of invoice, you have to export. Goods should be go outside India, out of India, from India. If not, execute the LUT, clear the goods from the your factory or your premises, place of business, but 3 months expired from the date of invoice. Still not exported. Then within 15 days after the expiry of 3 months, from the date of invoice, you have to pay the GST on such goods along with interest from the due date till the date of payment. If the commissioner says, okay, your goods are held up due to a particular cyclone or there may be a particular earthquake on the way, goods in transit. So you safeguard the goods, one particular go down. Okay, fine. The railway track or maybe the road got damaged, need to the bridge maybe got damaged to again reconstruct or repair it. In that case, time taking, you held up somewhere else. Commissioner may permit more than 3 months. It is at the request of the taxpayer to the commissioner. Otherwise, 3 months time period from the date of invoice, you export. If not export, within 15 days after the expiry of 3 months, you have to pay the tax and interest. Further, my dear friends, services. Services are considered, my dear friends. The export should be take place, export option should take place within 1 year from the date of issue of invoice. 1 year time period is there here. 1 year time period is mentioned here. If you refer 15 days after the expiry of 1 year, means what? 1 year time period. Other time period may be extended by the commissioner. One can able to take the time limit as a base. 1 year time period, you export these services and receive the payment. That is called export of services. If you are not in a position to export your goods or services within the time prescribed, you will be able to pay the tax interest within 15 days from the date of expiry of the time period. In case of goods, 3 months. In case of services, 1 year from the date of invoice. So what happened in a case where payment not realized? Export sale proceeds, payment not realized. Export taken place, sir. Export of goods taken place. It comes into goods only, not services. For services, we have checkpoint itself. What is export of services? Not only supply of services for which invoice rise, but also payment should have been received. Then only it is export of services. So very good, excellent. With regard to supply of goods, it is not so. If I export the goods on credit basis, or maybe 50% received, 25% received as advance, I export the goods or 100%. If I receive the advance, well and good. If payment not received after I export the goods on credit basis, what is the situation? Here we have Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA. As per the FEMA Act, there is a time period generally to realize the payment, which is in concurrence with the Reserve Bank of India, 180 days generally. If the payment not realized within the specified period of time for our export of goods, in the meantime, the exporter who exported the goods and applied the formula based refund, rule number 89, sub number 4, applied and claimed the refund. Or otherwise, export of goods taken place on payment of IGST, and the IGST what I paid on exports, claimed refund under rule number 89, sub number 5, payment of IGST on exports. So my Point here to say simple. Exporter exported the goods. Very good, exported. On credit basis. Very good. Payment should realize, not realize. In spite of that, government says, yes, mister, you are exporter. You can claim refund. If you export taking place, claim refund. A refund I claimed. On inputs, input services, credit. By applying the formula rule number 89, sub number 4, I avail the refund. Where I export the goods without payment of IGST. Under LUT exported is one option. Other option also is there. Na? I export the goods by payment of IGST. The IGST what I paid, I can ask for refund. So that refund of IGST I availed. For my export, payment realized or not important. If the payment not realized within the specified period of time specified under the FEMA in concurrence with the Reserve Bank of India, if the payment not realized within the specified period of time, this particular person who claimed the refund should be returned back to the department along with the interest. Because I should not avail this for refund, I availed from department. It is called claiming excessive of refund from department. Should return back to department. Now, the point arises here. How the department will come to know about my payment received or not received. When I claim refund without realization of the sale proceeds, department will open the account and keep pending. This fellow should submit payment realization. What is that? FIRC, Foreign Inward Remittance Certificate. My banker will say, hey Mr. Exporter, under so and so invoice of your payment has been realized in the foreign currency. Can I convert into Indian rupees and deposit your account? If the exporter says, yes, please do it, sir. And that foreign currency converting into Indian rupees and getting credit to my bank account. For that purpose, as a proof of realization of the export sale proceeds, my banker will issue to me Foreign Inward Remittance Certificate. The payment realization proof it is. The exporter should submit this to the department. Yes, sir, payment realized, sir. For so and so invoice of my export, so and so payment realized. Ensure that there should not be shortfall of realization. I exported for $10,000, but payment received only $8,000. $2,000 means 20% shortfall cannot be accepted. Now, coming to the point. Sir, I paid amount to department, sir, what I have claimed earlier, which is not realized the sale proceeds. Therefore, the refund claim I have returned back, sir, with the interest. At a later date, that payment realizing, sir, now realized, sir. Can I able to ask for refund? Within 3 months of the payment realization, if you submit the proof of realization, foreign inward remittance certificate to the Department of GST, within 3 months from the date of realization of the payment, if you submit the payment proof, payment realization proof, foreign inward remittance certificates you submitted for those invoices, then department will grant you the refund, provided that realization at a later point of time should be within the time frame permitted by the Reserve Bank of India to receive that payment. Reserve Bank of India says, okay, fine, you have to realize that payment maybe within the period of 360 days. Like that, if the time frame is fixed within the extended period of time frame, if I realize the payment from the date of realization within 3 months, if I made an application by a submission of documents of payment realization, then I can eligible to claim the refund of my money. Somebody asked out, sir, when you return back the refund to department, you refunded with the interest. Very good. When later on realize the payment within the time frame given by the Reserve Bank of India and submit the payment relation proof, department granting refund. Can I get the refund along with the interest what I returned at the time of returning refund? I pay the interest. That also can get back. That interest cannot get back because that refund you should not avail. You avail that purpose you have to pay the interest because government money you take in your hands. Therefore, for that period, interest what you paid, that cannot be given to you as a refund. Only the tax portion, the refund amount, what is eligible only will be get. So, now, one more point. Sir, in what circumstances payment not realized, but for export of by goods, I claim the refund. Payment not realized, but refund has been claimed. After that, what situation in which circumstances this refund not required to return back to department. One situation where if the Reserve Bank of India write off this particular sale proceeds, non-realization sale proceeds, write off in their books, not going to realize by taking some facts into account. If the Reserve Bank of India written off the non-realization of sale proceeds, in that situation, that exporter, what he has been availed input tax credit as a refund or IGST, what he paid, claim the refund, not required to return back to the department. Sir, in which situation Reserve Bank of India is going to be write off this particular sale proceeds which is not realized, going to be write off by Reserve Bank of India? In which situation, sir? Assume a scenario. The moment my goods landed outside India to the importer country, say Japan, for example, tsunami came soon after my landing the goods in Japan, not because of my goods landed over there, because of the natural calamity. That area is washed out. The geographic boundary has been changed. Importer not available. The fact of the event is confirmed by the that country foreign embassy in India stated that yes, is a fact taken place. Then the exporter, when he was export the goods on credit basis, he taken a particular premium, ECGC, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, which provides loss of sales realization risk coverage, like a loss of profit, loss of stock, loss of profit, like that, loss of sales realization risk coverage premium is called ECGC, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, where I have paid the premium, taken the risk coverage of loss of sales realization risk coverage I taken. Thirdly, the Reserve Bank of India confirms the payment not going to realize. As a result, written off in their books of account. In that circumstances, the exporter who claimed the refund not required to return back.